Hey, this is Dr. Ebony L. Trust, founder of the Unbecoming Movement. And today is a good day to have a good day. Woohoo! So, whomever you are, wherever you are, I want to wish you a happy 2023, the happiest of New Year's to you. Yay! So, I'm here today because I'm hoping that we'll get to spend some time together this year. So to kick things off, I wanted to introduce myself to you. And I already know that you are super cool, someone I'd like to hang out with here. And I wanted to give you the opportunity to meet me so that you can decide whether or not you think I'm cool, so that maybe we can be cool together. How's that? You remember, like in elementary school, middle school, those notes that you slip somebody or that somebody would slip you that said, if you like me, circle yes or no. It's kind of like that today, right? But then you'd have those people who would write in maybe and then circle that and pass it back. Don't be like them. Am I dating myself? Okay, well, anywho, before I pass you my note and you circle yes or no, I also want to remind you that whomever you are, wherever you are leading something or someone. And that's part of the reason why my prayer is that we get to hang out together here, because here's why. What I get to do is equip leaders, that's you, to rediscover what they were born to say and do so that they show up in the world purposefully, powerfully, and productively. And that is the heart of the Unbecoming movement. And so as I was thinking about meditating on how I would introduce myself to you today, tell you about who I am, there were plenty of things that I thought about that I could share, lots of things, but I felt like I should share with you the most important things first and then move on from there. Is that okay? Let me know. So who is Dr. Ebony L? Well, most importantly, I am a wife and a mom. I've been married to my hubs, James, almost 20 years. And I have the best husband, the best hubs in the entire world. It took me a few years to realize that, but he is the perfect husband for me. There's a really good book called The Sacred Search. What if it's not about who you marry, but why? And that book talks about not looking for your soul, S-O-U-L mate, but your soul, S-O-L-E mate, someone who will live out purpose with you. And it took me a minute. And since I'm honest, I'll say that sometimes I still have moments, but being his wife is one of the greatest joys of my life. James is my S-O-L-E soulmate. Quick sidebar. I'm an avid reader and I like to share what I've read when it's really good. So if we do hang out together, one thing you should know is that I mention or I quote from a lot of books, including my own. Shameless plug. Unbecoming. So my favorite book to quote from is the Bible. Lots of wisdom there for everyday life. So you'll hear me mention or quote a lot of books. Okay. All right. So I'm also a mom, and that's important for you to know. I have two sons, Gabriel, who is 17, and Michael, who is 13. And I know I don't look like I should have an almost adult child. God is good. God is good. I have one son about to start high school and the other one about to leave high school. So there's that. I'm super grateful that I get to be their mom. They are tremendous kids. And for a while, I didn't see that because my attention was focused on the wrong thing. I've been guilty of being overly obsessed with building my businesses over the years. And because of that, I don't have as many memories as I'd like to have as it concerns my son. So in the last few years, I've been more intentional about being present. And in fact, I have dubbed 2023 the year of memory making, and I'm excited about that. So basically, I'm about to get on my kids' nerves with pictures and video taking, but they'll live. Speaking of businesses, something else you should know is that I am a business owner. I have a few businesses, in fact, but what's most important for you to know is that I am the founder of the Unbecoming movement. I mentioned that earlier. And unbecoming is what I'll be talking about when we meet up here. Now, I promise I'm going to explain what unbecoming is and what it means and all of that as we continue to get to know each other. What I need to mention right now, though, is that when we talk about unbecoming, we're having a life conversation. See, when I originally began stewarding the message of unbecoming a couple of years ago, I thought it was only or primarily, I'll say, about business or only and primarily to the business world. But as I've lived this thing out, I understand that unbecoming is a life conversation. It's not just for the realm of business. For example, when I mentioned my hubs earlier and how it has taken me some years to realize that he's my soul, SOLE mate, that was an unbecoming process. Maybe one day over coffee or tea or something, I'll tell you our story. But for right now, suffice it to say that for a long time, very long time, too long, the opinions of well-meaning others and my own biases had me thinking that he was a mistake I made, that marrying him was a mistake. You know, I was on my way to becoming somebody important with status. And so I saw my husband as a liability instead of the asset he is. And at first, I didn't see or understand my own purpose or my own self-worth. So it was virtually impossible for me to see his. It's all a part of unbecoming. Okay. I also mentioned my boys. Whew, man, I have carried a lot of mommy guilt around them. A lot. Because see, as an entrepreneur, I was taught that I needed to sacrifice, right? In order to become a successful business owner. I had to stay up late, but still be a part of the 5 a.m. club, right? Work until I added those zeros and those commas and keep hustling until I hit my goals, no matter what. And I was taught that that's what I had to do in order to create the life I wanted. Well, here's the thing. I started running into problems when I had my sons in the midst of building businesses. And I tried to rationalize these two thought processes that seem to be in juxtaposition. So I settled on, okay, I'm doing this for them. I'm doing it for them. And oftentimes in my pursuit of becoming a millionaire, I missed out on doing things with them because I was too busy doing things for them. It's all a part of unbecoming. Stay with me. And that's the conversation I was born to have with the world, unbecoming. And I do that with one simple yet complex question. Who you be? Now, before you say, I already know that is bad English, I'm aware, trust me. And as long as you keep circling yes on my little note that I'm passing to you, I promise we're going to cover all that. What's important to know right now is that asking the question that way, who you be, allows us to get to the root of things. That's it. It allows us to see where and in what ways we are becoming instead of being. Okay, that's critical. That is critical. Here's why. Any places in your life where you are trying to become something or someone, it's in those same places that you're living a lie. I know what you were told. I was told many of the same things, but it's in those places of becoming someone or something else that you are living outside of your divine purpose and power and working too hard mentally, physically, and emotionally in the process. Becoming says that who you be is insufficient. Becoming says that who you be is somehow lacking. Becoming says who you be is not enough. But the lie detector test determined that is a lie. So quote from my book, Unbecoming. As a human being, who are you being? Yeah, that's what I get to share. That's what we get to talk about each time we get together here. And it's a life conversation. It's all a part of unbecoming. And since we agree at the beginning of this conversation that whomever you are, wherever you are leading something or someone, I'd like the honor of equipping you to lead authentically, to lead in those places, to lead those people with the real you. The lesson that I continue to learn and have learned with my husband, with my children, in my business, all parts of life. So if I had to sum up today's unbecoming conversation, our introductory conversation, with one sentence, I'd say this: friend, you were born to be, not to become. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you for joining me today. If you got something out of this, I want to invite you to like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment too. Don't leave me hanging, please. This has been Dr. Ebony L. Trust, founder of the Unbecoming Movement, where I get to equip leaders, that's you, to rediscover what they were born to say and do so that they show up in the world purposefully, powerfully, and productively. My question to you then is, who you be? And if you don't know or you aren't sure because you've always lived your life becoming, we need to talk soon. I'll see you next time.